Yo, this your boy DT on DT's Unfiltered Uncensored. The show that is streamed worldwide on all streaming platforms, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. That's about it. And this week we're doing the power rankings once again. And I got my boy. I think is that to my left or to the right? I don't know which shot it is on my screen, but he's up at top with me. Welcome to the show on KDH.
What's going on?
And we have back the missing in action guy from last week. He was out in LA helping LeBron recover from his injury, so he couldn't make it.
Wow.
This is LeBron personal trainer. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
After they both injured. Welcome to the show, Roach. Welcome back to the show.
How y'all doing?
So last week we capped out with me and KDH was on here. We did our power rankings for the NBA last week, and we're back to do the same shit again this week. It was interesting looking at the power ranking. Learned a lot from something KDH sent me, but it kind of didn't change some of my thoughts on it. But we shall see. So to kick it off on everything, y'all good today? I know KDH and his mood right now. You good over there, KDH?
Nope, but I'll be fine.
Okay, well y'all just let you know KDH. Nah, I ain't gonna tell the man business.
Oh, that's fine. It's just sports betting. That's all.
Yeah, he lost 12 grand tonight. 12 grand. He betted that Luka would make a game winning shot and lost
about that much, but I just had a high odds and I would have got every team right. But Luka and his supporting trash didn't want to do it today.
Wow. Dang, you do Luka like that and his supporting
Oh no, Luka did his job. I said supporting.
Hey, supporting cast and trash rhymes too. Okay, so we're gonna kick it off with power rankings. We're gonna start at number 30. This week we have the how about to say the Delta? Lord, how much? The Detroit Pistons number 30. Last week we had them at 27. Dang, did they drop this week? What's going on with this KDH?
It's Detroit. I mean, who was the worst team last year? Detroit. I mean, you can argue Houston, but Detroit. It's just looking like the same. They're just too young.
How you feel about this ranking, Roach?
I mean, it fits. I mean, they've been playing without Cade Cunningham for a good amount of games. Oh, I'm not gonna say a good amount of games, but a good amount of games now. So where else you gonna get? I mean, you're not looking at that roster to score, especially without Cade Cunningham. I mean, to win, especially without Cade Cunningham. So I mean, it makes sense.
Right. So yeah, they definitely in the right spot where they supposed to be at. I'm gonna definitely agree with that. I'm really disappointed. I was expecting them to be better this season, but they disappointing me right now. So yeah, we ain't gotta spend too much time on number 30 because we know it is what it is. Coming in at number 29 this week, we have the Houston Rockets, which last week they was at 30, so they actually moved up run. Congratulations, Houston Rockets! Congratulations, let's give you that. Congratulations. You moved up a spot. Roach, I'm gonna let you chime in first on how you feel about this ranking for the Houston Rockets. You think it's too high? You think it's too low? You think it should be at 30? What?
No, they're definitely better than the Pistons. It's probably too low, but at the same time, they haven't shown anything as far as them winning. I mean, I would say they're an excited team to watch just because they're young and somewhat explosive, but they haven't proven anything. So it makes sense.
You know what, KDH and Roach, I can't wait till they play each other. They're gonna be the game of the year. Detroit versus Houston.
That might be a blowout.
It gonna get high ratings. They actually, you know what, they should put on TNT as the first game.
Yeah, it's up to blow up. This game's gonna blow up.
Hey,
I think a good amount of people are gonna turn the TV on. I'm like, who is that?
No, Charles. Let's see what Charles Barkley, Shaq, and Kenny have to say.
Charles Barkley, like, that's that green kid in who's his he gonna be stuck. He don't know who anybody is.
Charles gonna come out and say, I would actually rather watch the Lakers. And
Yeah, no, I
you know,
would too.
Charles ain't gonna, Charles don't even like watching the Lakers.
But I swear, last season the
No,
Lakers was on TV
they on
500
they on
times.
TV a lot this year too. But
Yeah,
It's a-
they got 37. They got 37, sir. 37 nationally broadcasted games,
uh,
which is 32 many. They should have 7. Let's move to number 28, which is a one of the biggest drops we had. We got San Antonio Spurs last week. It was at number 18. Now they're at number 28. Let me say this: I'm a little disappointed with the San Antonio Spurs. I thought they were starting off well, but I guess Greg Popovich thought in his head, he's like, hold on, I want that first pick. Y'all stop shooting. Just take bad shots. Take bad shots. We want Victor. Take bad shots. So they had a bad week. I mean, they at the spot they should be at. Do I think they will beat Houston? I don't think they will beat Houston. I think Houston will beat them. I think they'll beat Detroit though.
yeah, I'm kind of on the same lines. I mean, they went 0-4 this week. They didn't really prove anything. I mean, me personally, I think in our standings, I had them dead last. I don't really see them even trying. I don't. What's the point when you're potential number one spot in one of the most historic teams that well-deserved teams to get them? I mean, they'll know what to do with them. So, not much to really talk about. 0-4 for the week. That what do you expect from them?
True. Roach, you got anything you want to chime in on this one?
no, I had them. Yeah, I mean, nothing to say.
Got you. Okay, cool. We'll move on to number 27. And this is Daniel Roach's favorite team in the NBA right now. We have the Los Angeles Lakers at number 27. Last week it was at 29. Daniel Roach, favorite player, LeBron James. Daniel, Roach, how do you feel
Excuse
about
me. Excuse me.
Roach? How do you feel about?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir. Yes.
No, thank you. KDH, how do you feel about the Los Angeles Lakers?
I mean,
They moved up. Hold
they
on.
looking slightly better. Slightly better.
They moved up. They moved up, y'all. We should be more proud of that.
I mean, yeah, they beat the Pistons. Woo.
With no K Cunningham,
They beat the Nets. Woo.
no Kyrie.
Man, they hold on.
So we'll see how it continues.
This is
It's a DT exclusive.
yes, Los Angeles Lakers moved up. DT exclusive.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Man.
We
Where's
can move
Jorge
on.
when you need him?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you about this. He was actually I wanted Jorge on the floor last week.
What?
I wanted Jorge on the floor last week because
I leave for a week. I leave for a week, and we need Jorge.
no, because Jordan Aurora was making me want to choke his okay, I ain't gonna say it.
Jordan Noir.
Yes, he was getting on my nerves. Let's move on to number 26, which is the city right above us in the state above us. Right above us.
Right above us in the state above us.
Above us. We have number 26, the Charlotte Hornets. Last week they was at 28.
What?
Oh, what?
It is right above us in the state, right above us. That's what I said.
Where's South Carolina located? Where is South Carolina located?
I thought
That's in
Charlotte.
North Carolina.
Well, what you bring on South Carolina? Because North Carolina is above us, sir.
Because South Carolina's in between.
Yeah, but you could cut through there and get to it. But North Carolina's still above us, sir. Don't do that to me, sir, today. So
They are a bad team. There's no LaMelo Ball. They need help. And they're already trying to get rid of half their players, and it's dysfunctional over there. It's like
I got
they're
one word.
my fault, real quick. This is like Charlotte is a team that there's always somebody injured.
I got one word.
go.
Trash.
Hold on. Hold on. Who's worse? Them or Detroit?
Charlotte
Trash.
Charlotte has better players and is doing terrible. Like literally, they're so inconsistent. It's not even funny. They can't be consistent. If they even wanted to.
One person scores 23. The next game he scores 6. Terry Rozier drops 40. The next game he drops 5.
Then the game after that, he's not available.
So
Inconsistent.
really,
Trash.
so you think Detroit would beat them?
No, I don't even think Detroit would.
No, but I'm saying it's a possibility. But I said with Charlotte, they're
It's
so
a
inconsistent.
possibility Denver beats Dallas. That's a
No.
possibility.
Charlotte is consistently injured.
Doesn't matter. They only won one game since this week anyway
Who?
against Orlando. They lost the
Barely.
Pacers and Cavs, so I mean, they're trash.
They don't have
Yeah.
that. They don't have
I got
LeBron.
nothing else to say. Put that on data.
Michael Jordan. I'm sorry, my brother. I was hoping you could have a better year.
Worst GM.
No. He's not the worst GM.
He's
But
terrible.
no, he's not. He picked up Lamelo. So y'all think Lamelo was a terrible pickup?
No, he didn't want to pick up Melo.
He
Don't
didn't want
forget
to pick
that.
up
Do
Melo.
not forget that.
Yes, yeah, I talked
The
to him.
media forced him. Media
told-
forced him.
He,
That was
he
the
said-
only reason.
He
He
did not want.
text. He
He
text
texts you.
Lamelo.
He texts you.
Well, he said he wanted to pick
He
up
texted me
Lamelo.
too on 2K. That's why I'm playing no more.
I ain't gonna say he the worst GM. We got other GM that's just as horrible in the NBA. Okay, and he's not the GM. He's on. Let's move on to number 25, which
He's the owner of the game.
is we're going. What'd you say?
He's the owner and the GM. You think anybody got control over that?
No, you got
Jordan smacked
yeah,
Malik Monk in the back of
yeah.
the head.
Yeah.
What other GM you know can do that without getting fired?
do what?
Smack a
smacked
player in the
Malik.
back of the head. I don't want to hear it.
For running onto the court.
Hold on. What's his name out of Dallas? He could do it.
Who? Cuban?
Who's Mark smacking? Who's Mark smacking?
He goes my Luca.
Anyway, on to number 25.
Mark will let Lucas smack
On
him.
to number 25.
Oh, hold on. I can tell you one other person. Okay, so you said that Pat Riley.
On to number 25.
Pat Riley ain't got time to smack somebody.
On to number 25.
Y'all gonna leave Jordan alone. Number 25 is the the Orlando Magic. They did not make no movement. We kept them at number 25 this week.
They finally made Bo Bola a permanent starter.
That's the only news we got for him. On to the decks.
Okay. You didn't like their week of performance?
Well, I mean, all they did was beat the trash Bulls.
And make Bo Bola a starter.
Well, number 24 is the New York Knicks. Last week they was at 23.
Get him out of here.
They dropped one. Do you think that was a good drop or you think that was a bad drop?
No, I think it was personally, I think they should have went up a little bit more considering that they beat Clippers and they beat Denver, who had no Jokic, no Gordon, no Cape, no Jamal Murray. I don't know how, teams lose to a team that have no 3 of their starters. I don't know how that happens. Not gonna say no names, Dallas, but go ahead. No, we can move on.
Get him out of here. It's New York. It don't matter.
I mean, they went 2-1. They didn't do bad this week. They went 2-1. They beat the Jazz.
They handle their business
They
somewhat.
beat the Jazz. Jazz killing.
We
They
about
handle
to
their
move.
business.
Okay, we're gonna move to number 23, which is actually has one of the top 3 biggest drops on our power ranking this week, which is the Miami Heat. They went from 17 to 23. Thank God, I want them down at 30. How do you feel? I'm just kidding. So I'm start off with you, Roach. What do you think about this ranking for your Miami Heat?
They're not doing anything. It doesn't surprise me.
Who's
It doesn't
injured?
Everybody.
Tyler Hero. Jimmy's not playing right now. Yurtseven's out for the year, I believe.
What's wrong with Jimmy?
Well, he played last game. He's been on and off.
Oh, so he doing a Kyrie taking personal days.
No, he's been injured.
He's been injured. Like he's injured. I don't know what it was.
It's a sickness. All of them have been sick. That's why
Tyler
Tyler's been out 3
no,
games.
Tyler's. I think it was his heel. Tyler messed up something. He's been out for like 4 or 5 games now.
Yeah, their main leading scorer has been out. Jimmy's been inconsistent. Bam has missed a few games, and you're stuck.
It's kind of like last year
Vincent.
where we didn't have our starting lineup to about 30 or 40 games in the season. That's basically what it is.
Gotcha.
It's Miami Heat. We're gonna bring in somebody else and they're gonna handle business. Point blank period.
Y'all gonna trade for LeBron. Okay, so we're gonna move up to
No.
You'll love that.
Hey,
Move
they would be 30 because he got shooters around. Oh my god!
Dan, Roach would be
If they had
traded for LeBron.
nigga, he's just diming everybody. You can't. You're gonna have to double team LeBron and double team Taylor Hero and Jimmy for deep. Stop it.
No,
I'm not even gonna go there.
They go trade Jimmy for on LeBron head up.
They need a superstar. They get LeBron. It's over. It's over. He's giving them a ring,
Oh, hold on,
guaranteed.
hold on, stop right here real quick. So Roach, if they traded Jimmy and brought LeBron there, you don't think they'll make the team better?
Oh no no no
Head
no!
head
You
up.
can't trade Jimmy.
At all.
You
At
can't trade
all.
Jimmy. Can't trade Jimmy.
No.
No, you
Off
can't trade Jimmy.
limits. Off
LeBron,
limits.
LeBron said y'all just disrespect him. He said he's better than Jimmy right now and to
I
change
ain't-
the stage.
No,
That's
he
okay.
didn't.
That's great. That's great news. No.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot him a text message in a second and let him give me your number. Roach. He gonna fire you for being his trainer. Okay, coming in at number 22, we had the Chicago Bulls. They was last week had them at 18. Chicago's playing how they played to me, like they played last year after they hit that peak when they was like dominating everybody. Like, oh my God, Chicago go all
They
the way. They got a
they,
good
they
chance of making it all the way. Now they playing the way Chicago's supposed to be playing.
Can I say one word?
Trash,
No.
Nets.
Trash.
nah, I'm not gonna lie.
Trash.
Last year, Chicago. How many times did they beat a team that was over 500? Or no, my fault.
That was
Or
at
even in
that
top
was at the
six,
beginning of the season. That's why I said the second half of the season they didn't do that.
they're still like I feel like Chicago's gonna have to break that team up because they're still not
They're
doing anything.
trash. You lose to New Orleans Pelicans with no Zion. Then you lose to Orlando with no Ben Caro or no Cole Anthony. Trash. You have 3 potential all-stars. Trash. You have 6-man potential of the year. Trash. I don't want to hear it. Bulls, disband the group. Just disband it. Because we all know if it ain't working out in the season, it ain't gonna work out in playoffs. You got 3 players that flop. DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Vucevic. Well, Vucevic doesn't really do that bad, but he ain't been to the playoffs often.
Hey, I think they're really trying to eye that Anthony Davis trade. Not gonna lie.
All right.
Disband.
Let's move on to the other team that I think needed. This is the team I think needed to be disbanded, and you about to say it. We have at number 21, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They last week it was at 24. I don't see them even. Honestly, I barely see them making the playoffs this year. To be honest, the way they've been playing, if they
Well,
do, I see them doing a play-in. I see them in a play-in spot. I don't see them actually. I see
I
Sacramento
had
actually finishing better than them this season.
I had them as the 9 seed originally.
Mhm.
I had Sacramento behind them. They're still terrible. The Rudy Gobert situation doesn't help them, makes them worse. They just don't look good. D'Angelo Russell, don't even get me started.
well, that's what I was gonna say. I will say in the past 2 games when they play Philly, first of all, they won their past 2 games, which is good. Number 2, if Anthony Edwards is continue to play with 25 points per game, yeah, they're gonna be a problem. I don't know if y'all seen their number 1 defense against centers, which means now the paint is pretty much secured. Karl Towns just has to score. The only problem was you can't have Karl Towns the only one scoring. Anthony Edwards before the past 2 games was only averaging 15 to 20 points per game. D'Angelo Russell was averaging 10. Rudy Gobert was averaging 10. Jalen Noel slowly dropped down to a point where he's almost out of rotation. Nas Reed gets no PT. That team was needed to be disbanded. But D'Angelo Russell, I guess, after hearing Tony talk about top 10, came in that game and just obliterated. I don't know what the heck happened with him with his almost triple double or double double, having like 27 points, and then Timberwolves looked a lot better than what they did last time. So if they continue to keep it up, don't be surprised they move up in the power rankings.
They still look bad.
Now they didn't look too. If you watched any of the 2 games, you can't say that because they even beat the Sixers. I know, granted, they didn't have James Harden, but they had everybody else.
The Sixers. Okay.
Sixers are number 2 best defensive team in the league right now.
Terrible.
So that's all I'm gonna say.
Terrible.
Gotcha. Cool. So we're gonna move on. Number 20. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder at number 20. Last week we had a 21. They did move up a spot. So congratulations on that, guys. Y'all got to move up a spot. How y'all feel about this? I'm getting them a round of applause for moving up one.
That brother Shy been hooping.
And I'm gonna tell you like this: that boy Shy is looking like he could be in the race for MVP if he can win some games. Now, granted, he lost to what Wizards and no. He lost to Memphis and Boston, who are considered the top 5 teams in the league. Outside of that, they did beat the Wizards, who are considered top 5 in defense. If they keep it up, don't be surprised. I don't know what their next schedule is, but I wouldn't be surprised next week they hit top 15. They're scoring very great. Teams playing very efficient. Shy is playing on an MVP caliber level. Defensively, they're looking pretty decent. They don't have bigs. So I don't know how they're definitely a fast-paced team, but if they keep it up, I wouldn't be surprised.
Gotcha. Roach, you want to chime in? We can move on.
Oh, I did. I
Oh,
said
oh
that
yeah,
that boy
yeah, you did.
that boy's shy.
He different.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Got it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, moving on to number 19. It's a team that I've been very disappointed with so far throughout the season. I'm still disappointed. I heard Clay had a good game tonight. So we got number 19, the Golden State Warriors. Last week we had them at
Clay
22.
had 41 tonight.
He finally had one. He finally had a great game this season. But the thing about it is consistent. Is he gonna be
It's
consistent? Is he gonna
consistent.
have another game good? Because
Yeah.
I don't. To me, he don't have to have 40. He has to at least hit the 20 mark.
But hold on, hold on. He beat the Rockets. We're not gonna. It's Rockets. We have them
Mhm.
29th in the power ranking. So yeah, you better drop 40. Everybody should drop 40. Just like Luca should have dropped 40.
Was that a road game or home game?
I
It
think
was an
road.
away game. Road
Oh,
game.
they won on the road for the first time.
One on the road for the first time.
Hold on.
Mind you.
Go ahead. Go
Was that
ahead.
Kevin Porter
Listen,
Jr.?
mind you, they beat Spurs and the Knicks.
They beat the who?
Spurs and the Knicks. So I
Who,
mean,
who did?
Warriors. So it's not like they did too much now. Let's just not get too hyped over it.
It's a DT
They
world premiere on DT.
they lost the Suns. So I'm just saying they're not there yet.
With no Chris Paul?
Don't
I'm
with
joking.
no Chris
Nah,
Paul.
I
So
mean, with
don't expect too much.
with
I
the Golden
can't take the
State
cheering back. I can't take the cheering back.
with Golden State, honestly, nothing surprised me. They're just one of those teams at this point. They're gonna make it to the playoffs. It doesn't matter where
We'll
they
see
are,
from
as
there.
long as we'll see from there. People talking about Clay's inconsistency, this that third. You just gotta give him time. He'll be fine.
Give who time?
Clay, he's one of the best shooters of all time. Who's
Trade
gonna
him.
teach him how to who's gonna teach him how to shoot?
Trade him.
Nobody.
Trade him.
To where for what? Don't say the Anthony Davis trade. That's a terrible trade.
Just trade him somewhere. Trade.
How-
Do a
where,
package
where,
deal.
where
Do a
are you
package
gonna?
deal
Where are
with
you
him
physically?
and
Hey,
get
hold
KD
on, hold
back.
on. D. Let me ask you
Where
this
are you
question.
physically?
Hold,
What
hold,
are you
hold, no,
physically?
hold on, damn. D, let me ask you this.
Yes.
You rather trade somebody on this podcast for Tony?
You talking about Tony? Why would I trade him on the podcast for Tony?
That's my point. Why trade somebody else when he's been on the podcast, been on the team for so long and made history with that team? You're gonna keep it going. And you're not. There's no point because they got a sentimental thing now. It's like they're not gonna just trade just to trade. It looks like, oh yeah, we should trade him, but it's like is it really his fault? Because last time I checked, Clay didn't even play the whole last season. Came in the playoffs. He only had really 3 to 4 good games the entire series, and they still won championship. What's the point of trading him?
Poole is better trade him.
He hasn't been this season, really.
Wiseman
Well,
has
he's been
played
better than
like
him.
this. They're
I'm just kidding.
struggling because the situation of them fouling so much. But at the same time, they have
They
their
have
big
no
situation.
center.
Kevin Looney's doing what Kevin Looney does, but at the same time,
20
James
minutes,
Wiseman.
5 points, 5 fouls.
But James Wiseman has not been much of a help off the bench at all either.
Bust.
Jonathan Kuminga has been fouling
Bust.
like
Bust.
a mother trucker.
Bust.
Draymond Green still can't shoot.
Well, I'm not going to put that on him because we've been established that since 2016. So if we're still talking
Bro,
about
you
that,
have
y'all need to
6
watch.
years to try
Y'all
to.
need
You,
to. No,
you got 6
no,
years to try to
no.
help a team, bro.
No, it's nope. Not even gonna go there because it's no different than a lot. I expect Steven Adams to shoot threes now. Is that what we're going with? Because
He's
you know if
taking threes.
Dwight
He's taking
Howard
threes.
shooting threes,
Steven
Taiwan, you think he
Adams-
come in the NBA
Steven
and shoot
Adams
those?
took it.
No.
What we're not going to do is disrespect that White Howard. He almost averaged a triple double this weekend. We're not going to disrespect.
Almost averaged a triple double this weekend. You
That
mean
was
he
the
had
first
one
game.
game where he had a triple?
38, 28.
On to the
I'm
next
saying
team.
Two for 10 from three.
Give
2 for 10 from three.
Give Dwight 4 more games, and he's gonna be the leading scorer of all time.
He already is.
He said lead scorer of Taiwan. Nah,
He already
they-
is.
all time.
They
And
said,
4 more
hey,
games.
I don't that in that league. They trying to get some players out there.
Daniel,
Really.
I told
How?
him I want you. I told him I want you
Yeah.
here. I told him I want you on here. Don't
We'll
you
see
want to go to Taiwan?
We'll see what's talking. I'll contact the White House for you. I know where he lives.
Yeah. We contact Dwight.
I've seen him face to face plenty of times. Really.
You make a team up with him. He may get you on the team with him. Y'all be the dynamic duo. Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan part 2.
DeAndre Jordan, you really just tried me. You
All
really
right.
just tried me.
All right.
Next.
On to the next team.
Okay.
Next team.
Dwight Howard and AD. There we go.
I'm not even an Anthony Davis. Oh my
Y'all,
god.
y'all
Next.
looking like
You haven't seen me play
Next.
that. You haven't seen me play that tall Anthony Davis. You talking about I'm a big. What?
okay. Okay, you and White House and Drew Holiday. There we go. Okay.
All right.
Number 18, we got the Brooklyn Nets, which is down your other favorite team. They
Oh.
moved from number 19 to
Stop
number
the
18.
cap.
Daniel, how do you? I mean, no, KDH. How do you feel that your boy Kyrie is back in a uniform tonight?
I'm happy.
Hold on. How do you feel about that, DT?
Don't give a fuck.
I'm happy. We
I ain't no
finally can
Kyrie
play
fan.
basketball.
They still
That's
not
all
gonna
I
do
want.
good. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this real quick. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I always felt threatened by them. I don't feel threatened by them against Milwaukee this year
No,
no more.
no one,
It's moved.
no one felt threatened. That was only
I,
with
I
Jordan
know it's
Poole.
about me. I felt threatened for my team. I didn't want to battle them, but now I feel threatened by Boston.
If they can't play games, then no. I mean, until we can see some consistency, we haven't seen any consistency to where we think they're going to win 4 games. That it's just we haven't. There's nothing. There's nothing we can see. Like I said, y'all had more faith in them in the beginning of the standings than I did. I just don't see them playing a lot of games, and it already was looking like that. But I will say, Ben Simmons coming back, having 2 great performances. Kyrie coming back, looking decent, and KD, I don't know what the hell happened tonight, but
I mean, he had what 22, 7 and 7.
he had 11 in the third quarter. Dylan Brooks was shutting his shit down. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm gonna say is 26, 7 and 7.
Yeah. He came back in the fourth quarter. But anyway, but yeah, expected better. They should have blew defensively. They just don't look like it. Offensively, though, we know they can be good, but defensively, no. I mean, I don't see it. They beat the Trailblazers, lost to the Kings. I don't need to say nothing else.
Dylan Brooks put up 30 shots, have 31. That's
Yeah,
a
we'll talk about
bad.
that.
That's a bad 30.
So moving on up, the biggest jump of the week, we had the Sacramento Kings going from number 26 to number 17. They are the number 1 team in California right now. No, they are. I'm talking about record rise. They are.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about they are. They got the best record in California right now.
Yeah, over Clippers and Spurs and
Clippers number
Warriors.
2, Golden State number 3, and the great Los Angeles Lakers, one of the best teams of all time, is number 4 with LeBron James. LeBron James Lakers. How do y'all feel about this ranking? They jumped pretty high. They went from 26 to 17. Do you feel like they're going to continue to climb the ladder, or do you feel like they're going to stay in this area?
Nah, I think this is probably accurately where they're at right now because they only beat the Spurs and the Nets.
They beat
really
the
didn't.
Warriors. They beat the Warriors.
Everybody beat the Warriors.
Yeah, so it's Warriors. So I'm like, they ain't really until they play Boston, Milwaukee, one of the top 5 teams in the power rankings. Then I'll be able to judge, see if they can get higher. But all right, as of right now, we'll see. De'Aaron Fox is playing outstanding at this point. He looks like he'll be a potential All-Star this year, as long as they can win some more games. If they can't win no more games, then we'll see.
I want y'all to remember this. This is a bold prediction. I'm saying it right now. And I'm putting on word like Charles Barkley them do on TNT when they make bold predictions.
No
guarantee the Sacramento Kings will have a better record than the Timberwolves this season. I'm saying it right now.
I'm not putting my faith in someone that hasn't made the playoffs in
20 years. I
had the Kings behind the Timberwolves. So
let me tell you something. Watching the game tonight, my boy Kevin Huerter is a bad boy. All right, De'Aaron Fox, bad boy. But I'm not gonna hope for it. I'm not gonna say it. If it happens, that team is done. It doesn't matter what any of those 3 players. If it happens, that team is done.
What team is done?
The Kings. Kings. If one, I'm not gonna say it, and I'm not gonna wish upon it. But if it happens to one of those 3 players, Kings are done.
I know what you're saying. Okay, cool. We're not gonna say that.
Yeah,
okay,
I ain't gonna jinx it.
We're gonna move on to number 16, which we have the Indiana Pacers. There was no movement. What do you think about this, Roach? You weren't here last week to chime in, so we'll let you chime in right now. Are you a Pacers fan?
They're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep dropping.
They're gonna drop. Okay,
they're gonna keep dropping. I said they're gonna keep. I said they're going to going forward. They're going to drop.
Did they win today?
They won. Today. They won all 3 games this whole week.
Oh, okay.
They
That
Dang,
beat
he
game
moved him
yesterday
Houston.
over.
was
They beat
terrible.
Houston, Orlando, and Hornets, which that's not really
Hold up.
saying much, but
Oh,
that's
that's some great wins right there. Some top
no,
power ranking teams.
no, they're
They
not.
haven't
They're not.
played
That's why they didn't move. That's why they didn't move.
Indiana hasn't played anybody yet for like
That's why they
they're
haven't moved.
they're about to play the Magic. They're about to play they're about to play the Timberwolves, Nets, Clippers, Lakers, Kings. These next 5 games, besides the Lakers game, all those other games should be a loss.
Okay, so move on to number 15. One of the biggest drops of the season. I mean, the power ranking. We have Denver Nuggets went from number 7 to number 15. Christopher, you had, I think this partly because of you why they dropped so bad, and now I understand why from what you was telling me. But they did have a great win tonight, by the way. They had a great win. I'm proud of them. Let's talk about
I don't see what's so funny right now. First of all right, they have no Joker, they have no
it.
Aaron Gordon, no Jamal Murray for 3 games, and they lost 2 of them. All right, I'm gonna go off next week because this week they gonna feel my wrath. We gonna leave it alone. We gonna leave it alone tonight. I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm trying to get
They
past it. But this is off of last week. All right, they don't have 3 of their starters. 3 of their starters. They don't
Let
have
them
two of
have
their
it. Let
stars,
them have it. Let them have it.
and they don't have 3 of their stars. Then that's why I got them so low. I don't really see them beating
well,
too many teams.
they just beat one of the good teams, so they actually gonna move. They should move up. We should actually just move them up now.
We'll see what they do this week. So
So,
far, it's a good start. Let's just say that.
KDH, how do you really feel about that win today?
I mean, to keep it a buck, Denver. I mean, like I said, it's really when it comes to Luca, it's just supporting cast and his supporting cast. I mean, it's not that they didn't show up; they just didn't play well defensively at all. I mean, Denver took advantage of it. Bones Highland really obliterated them. You let DeAndre Jordan get over 15 rebounds. You allow Michael Porter Jr. I mean, like Luca really can't guard nobody. Let's just keep it a buck. So I mean, Denver did what they had to do. This is probably one of the best performances they'll get out of a team wise. We'll see if it continue. I don't really see it continuing. If they do continue, I think they just got the better. This is one of their good games. Ain't nothing you can do about it. But outside of that, I mean, until Joker, Aaron Gordon, and Jamal Murray come back, I have no faith that they're going to do that well. They'll probably win a few games here and there. But some of these other teams that have lost, like Milwaukee, and well, when I get to that, but some other teams that have lost that were high up, they have lost to small teams. It happens. So, I mean, Denver did their job. Let's just keep it well. I mean, this definitely will probably move them up after the game tonight a little bit. But at the end of the day,
Let's see
I
how
don't trust their
they finish
roster.
the week because they can
That's
turn
what I
around.
said. I don't see how that's going to maintain the rest of the week unless they come back.
Right. Okay, moving on to number 14. We have the Washington Wizards. Last week we had them on 13. They dropped one. Um, Roach, how do you feel about this?
They're they're another inconsistent team. You don't know what's going to happen with the way Kristaps Porzingis is playing. Him and Kuzma, you just never know. Like sometimes you'll think Kuzma should murder, and then Kuzma sits in the corner for half the game, doesn't do anything. So it's a situation where like they could be good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they're one of those teams. They just not gonna blow out a team, and they're not gonna lose by 2 minutes. I mean, I think both the games they played, they only lost by one, a combined of 2 points.
Yeah,
So it's like I mean, they're there, but I mean, at the end of the day, they did. Who they lose to? They lost to OKC by 1 point and beat Miami, who has no Jimmy, no Tyler Hero, by 1 point. So
like
it's like okay, it's Washington. I think they'll drop later down the season. As I said, I had them as worst team because I don't see the consistency. I don't think they'll be healthy. It's already
right.
somewhat looking like that. Bradley Beal missed almost five games straight. So if they come back, start balling, we'll see. But right
They're not
now,
the,
I don't think it's gonna last too
they're
too
not the
long.
worst team now.
Yeah, I don't think. I think I
They
got that one wrong. I don't
they
think they'll be
better
the
they
worst
better than
team.
the Hornets. I think the Hornets are bad.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at for Washington. I mean, I think they'll get lower as the season goes.
Cool. Okay. Well, in number 13, we have the Toronto Raptors. Last week we had them at number 11. They dropped 2 spots. Um, they lost to the Hawks, which disappointed me. They had one job to do, and they couldn't beat the Atlanta Hawks.
They have no Siakam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they don't have two of
They
their
haven't had him.
stars.
They haven't had him Siakam for 2 weeks at least now.
yeah, I get you on that. But I really want them to win. It really hurt my soul. Hurt my soul.
Not
You
It's
just
like
like,
want
see,
somebody to get
see,
back to Atlanta because the Bucks lost.
no, I would be like that. I want everybody to beat the Hawks. No, it ain't got nothing to do with just them beating us. I want except for when they played Boston. I said Atlanta had one job to do and they couldn't do it.
I mean, it's like I said, not to speak too much on Atlanta, but the only reason that Toronto lost to him is because you still can't sleep on Atlanta during the season. They can outscore any team. The defense that game right there shows why Trae Young does not deserve to be as high as he should as point guards because you let the backup guard for Toronto have what 25 points,
so
and
Delano
Delano had 25 points, like 7 rebounds and like 7 assists coming off the bench. He's the third string point guard.
6'8" point guard.
I mean, I get it. Trae Young can't guard nobody. I say this all the time. Trae Young can't guard nobody. And they still, even though they did lose to Atlanta, they lost to Atlanta by 2 points. So it's like really Toronto will do well once they get Siakam back. Once they get Siakam back, they're going to
They're
jump up in the rankings. I
they're,
think they'll
they're
be higher than 11th than where they were at the beginning.
yeah. They're
They're a
they're very
solidified team, just like
they're
Bucks. Like
they're
Bucks are
they're very
solidified. They're a
they're
solidified team. They know which role they need to do. They know how to do it, and they know how to get the job done. But
when
they need to be
healthy. They're
healthy.
very when healthy. They're very tough. Can't
Yeah,
lie.
yeah.
They're a team that probably will scare a lot of people.
Yeah, but then again, like I said, they beat the Pistons with no K. They beat Miami with no Bam and no Hero. So we really can't. I'm not going to judge them too high. We'll see, but I think they have the capability of being pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, so we're moving on to the. I'm about to say a comment, but I'm gonna keep mine to myself. We have at number 12 the Philadelphia 76ers. Last week we had them at 15. They moved up from 15 to 12, three
Uh,
spot.
they make you that
Oh,
mad. They make you that
what?
mad.
What
They
made
make
me
you
mad?
that. You say you had a comment.
Oh, I had a comment about not about them. I had a comment about a certain player on their team, Mister One Pointer.
Who's that?
You know what I'm talking about? The whole issue. What happened after the game with Philadelphia and
Oh, it's
Oh,
Montrez.
Montrez.
Yeah, Mister One Pointer hating out there and stuff like that. Big old bully. He a big bully. He's a bully. Man, you had 1 point. Yeah, you should be. You barely play. You barely play 10 minutes a game. So don't even go after the Greek freak. I mean, come on, you come out there be like you're a bully, man. They don't even want
Nah,
you playing.
Montrez is a dog now. That's one thing I
Yeah,
know.
dog on the bench, on the bench, on the bench. What is he doing? Nobody wants him. He been on 3 teams in the last 3 years.
I
Yeah,
don't know about that. He has been on 3 teams, but I don't think it's a situation where teams don't want him.
I mean they want him, but
Less
just
than
not
10
as a
minutes.
starting center.
But I
Brooklyn was the
mean,
only one to really make him shine, and then ever since then it's just kind of been
he's in a
downhill.
situation.
Huh?
He's an undersized big. He's only 6'8". Let's give it a buck there. He's a six
Mhm,
eight big. So
mhm.
he's already undersized in centers and power forwards. It's just he's a dog, and that's just the only reason why he gets in. But it's like when it comes down to it, that a specific team would need him for him to really excel. And I don't think he
The
should be on the
Lakers.
Sixers. He
Lakers
tried it.
need to.
He tried it.
He did.
It didn't work out. He's too
Who cares?
undersized. He's
Lakers
too
don't want.
undersized. So, but anyway, Philadelphia. I
That's
mean,
another non-shooter on the team. Who want that?
yeah.
I
So
mean, do you know their backup bigs?
Yeah.
Exactly. Montrez Harrell would help.
I still don't think he had help.
Their no, their
nah,
backup bigs are
Paul Reed's a
terrible.
bucket now. Paul Reed's a bucket.
No, I'm even then.
Oh, you talking about for the Lakers?
Yeah, even then.
Oh yeah. They could use Montrezl Harrell
They
better
can
than
use
what the
Montrezl
hell they
Harrell
got.
right now. Exactly. That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, Lakers just need help. I mean, that's just we're not on them right now. We're on
Have you?
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Philly. Here's what I'm saying about Philly. Philly lost to Minnesota, number one. Granted, they don't have James Harden, but then you lost to the Bucks. But you barely lost. You lost. No, you beat the Bucks, but you barely beat the Bucks. And the only reason you beat the Bucks because you had 4 days off. I ain't never seen T have 4 days off yet.
Pooh.
4 days off. Them niggas were resting, eating popcorn, chilling, and said, "Oh, we play the Bucks with no Drew Holiday." Okay,
No. Drew played. He just had he was limited on his minutes. Drew
what is
played.
that? I don't know about that one, but
No, he played.
he did against
Yeah,
the
he just didn't play. But he didn't start. He didn't start the game. He had limited minutes because he would come off injury and stuff like that. So Drew wasn't fully there.
So
I mean, we didn't
at
even
the
have,
end of the day,
we didn't have Pat Connaughton. We didn't have Chris.
no, it doesn't
You
matter.
had
It
Jorge.
doesn't matter.
Not for that game.
Sixers still should have won. They have a better offensive team, and they had 4 days off.
Who's got the better coach?
I mean, it doesn't matter. You got an NBA team that gets 4 days off, and you coming from almost a back-to-back close game. Yeah, you should win that one. But and then the next game, what happened? You playing almost a back-to-back, and you lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Philly,
Damn,
I
Philly.
still feel the same about Philly. I think they'll drop. I think the only reason they did go up is because they did take down Milwaukee.
They're
You got to give it to them at the end of the day. It is what it is.
Mm.
they're still
Yeah.
one. They're
Now,
still one thing
my only
away.
issue, I had, I sent a text message to him after the game when I found out Giannis, man, Giannis, we text and stuff like that. Like, man, you didn't make your free throw. Cause I said
I
you
seen
least
his
made
burner account.
if you made you made 10 free throws, we would have won that game. He missed too many free throws. We would have won the game. If you,
That's a lot of free throws to make.
yeah, but he missed a lot. Yeah, that pretty bad and stuff like that. So it is what it is. They got us. They got us. We got them. We played both games so far against them 2 times this season. We was in whatever you call that. We was in God damn, my phone was on silent. We was in Philly both times. So next 2 games we
Dallas.
are playing in Milwaukee, and I wish Montrez tried some of that he did in our neck of the woods. Wants about to
Mm.
punch him in the fucking throat. Okay, so move to number 11. I ain't never liked Montrez. I'm being last time I liked Montrez, he played. The last time I liked Montrez, he played in Houston. Ever since then, I've been thinking he was a bomb. Since Lakers to Washington to who was it? This the
No,
third.
he was in Houston to Brooklyn to Lakers to Washington to Hornets to now
He was a Hornet. God
six
damn,
Sixers.
man.
Yeah,
He been on a roll. He been on a journey. I
yeah.
need to, I need to have him on my show, not rising superstar, falling superstar. We need to have him on that show. We need to talk about his journey basketball.
He beat
Okay,
your
so
ass.
huh?
Do what he said. He'll beat your ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I won't fight Montrez. Now Draymond, I fight Montrez. Montrez, I think it's true. He's legit.
Yeah,
Draymond,
he is. Didn't he
I,
get? Didn't he go to jail recently because he got gun charges?
yeah, I
Or
ain't
was it
messing.
drug charge? It was either drug charge. I know he went to jail for one or two.
It was drug
It was
charges.
marijuana. It was marijuana. That man don't
Smoking
play.
green, smoking that
The only
green.
reason he calming down because he's smoking that green.
Yeah. I'm
That
telling no,
Draymond green.
All
I'm not
right,
messing.
next. All right, next.
I'm not messing with Montrez. I ain't scared of. I ain't scared of. I ain't messing with. He ain't finna get me. I'm done. Okay, number 11. We got the New Orleans
He gonna pull out his
Pelicans.
clock
Last
line.
last week we had them
Clocky,
at
clocky.
we had. I hate both of y'all. We had them at 14 last week. The Pelicans. Sir, we're alive right now. And we got 100K people watching us.
Clocky, clocky.
Sir, we had a 43-minute mark, so we got to try to keep
Go
it
ahead,
on.
go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so we had the New Orleans Pelicans. Last week we got them at number 11. Last week we had them at 14. Roach, how do you feel about this?
I mean, it's about right. I still don't know how they truthfully look. I mean, they haven't looked good. They haven't blown out a team like they're supposed to. They haven't did what they're supposed to, but at the same time, they haven't did necessarily bad. And I still think they're trying to figure things out with CJ at the point.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Pelicans looking great. They haven't had Zion in 2 of their games, and they beat the Bulls, and they
Terrible.
beat Memphis. They only lost to Boston with no Marcus Smart, so I will give that. And they're still figuring it out. But if they can beat some 2 decent teams without Zion, with Zion, they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem. They've been and
They're one of the-
that little defensive group with Herbert Jones and Jose Alvarado. Oh yeah. They're gonna solidify themselves in the playoffs this year. I don't think they're gonna miss this chance.
Okay, cool. I'm I think they rated where they should be at. They could drop a little bit lower, to be quite honest. I don't know. Yeah, I ain't got no feelings on that. We can move on to number 10. Number 10, we have the Los Angeles Clippers. Last week we had them at 12. This week we have them at 10. They moved up 2 spot. I want to give them a round of applause. Congratulations. They finally hit the number 10, hit the 10, the top 10. I'm proud of them. I look forward to seeing what
Kawhi.
Yeah, I'm about to say something other than Kawhi and Paul do together. I'm looking forward to seeing how they dynamic duo on the court once they get in the groove and his minutes get bumped up. I think it'll be a good fair. I like it. I like
You
it. I
know what's
like it.
crazy
What's up?
is that Kawhi came back last game and they lose to freaking Dallas.
Detroit.
How?
It was
They
Detroit.
lost to Detroit.
I mean, no,
They
Dallas.
played. They
that,
played Detroit.
Detroit. I mean, not Dallas. They
They
lost
lost
to
to Detroit.
no. They beat Detroit. They beat
You
Oh,
said they
Detroit.
lost. You said they lost.
I'm sorry. They no. They lost. The only team they lost to was Dallas. That's my fault. But
You're right.
Kawhi,
They played Dallas 3 games ago.
yeah. But Kawhi came back, almost lost to Detroit. If Paul George didn't come through and they solidified the lead, but I'm to be honest, I don't know how this team's gonna perform during this season or in the playoffs. I mean, because they're a weird team. Like Kawhi, even if he does come back, it's like how many games are you gonna be back for?
right.
Yeah.
That's
Hopefully,
just my
I-
main thing.
I'm
So they're
hoping
looking good.
I'm hoping that he actually comes back. Is not this. I'm play one game. I'm not gonna play. I want him to come back because I would love. I don't want to doubt them. I would love to see them fight for to get. I mean, battle to go to the NBA Finals, but he got to come back full time. He can't be this 20 minutes. We gotta bump this up 35 minutes, which I don't think they go bump it up to probably sometime.
They're not
Probably
risking it.
probably the first week, first or second weekend. I'm gonna say the first or second weekend, the first week in December. I think they probably when his minute might get increased more. He probably get back to the 30 plus minute mark. I think they'll gradually keep him in the mid 20s to the high 20s for the next week or two. Unless
Just
he
to lose.
unless they feel like he's doing better, then I feel like if he shows a sign that he's not in pain or pretending to be in pain or acting worried, then I think they'll boost it up to the 30-minute mark before then. But I can see probably like the first week in December, they'll boost it up then.
Yeah, we'll see how they do. I think right now that it's kind of fair where they're at.
Yeah. Okay, coming in at number 9, which I don't know how they moved up. Number 1, we got the Atlanta Hawks. At number 9, they was number 10 last week. Um, they had one job to do, and they couldn't beat the Boston Celtics. So, I will let you chime in on this one, KDH.
Well, I mean, they still beat the Bucks and blew them out on top of that, and then they beat
Quiet,
Toronto.
quiet time.
Okay, well, they beat them, and then they lost to the Boston. Like I said, Boston's on a different level. Granted, that game they didn't have Marcus Smart or Michael Brogdon, but I mean, the Atlanta got 2 wins. You got to give it to them. That's why they slightly moved up. I mean, how they gonna go down when they're beating top 2 teams? Well, at least one good team. I'm gonna say top 2, but that's just how it goes. I mean, unfortunately, they getting it done.
Hmm.
Boston, I just don't see a lot of teams beating them. I'm sorry, but Atlanta got it done. I don't really see them moving too much throughout the rankings at all. I mean, they don't look like a powerhouse team until I see a better defensive side from either DeJounte or John Collins or Trey. Trey, I don't see it. So the other two gotta have to step up even more.
You're not gonna see. You ain't gonna see. That's not gonna happen. We already know that.
Yeah, exactly. So
Defense is not in a.
the only way to be Atlanta is just either be a great defensive team or be the better offensive team.
Right. Okay, cool. So moving to number 8 is a team that I think will be slowly dropping out the top 10 next week, in my opinion, is the Dallas Mavericks. Last week we had a number 9. I don't know how the hell they move up one spot after the last week. I don't know how. Somebody must have them ranked higher than I did because I don't know how they moved up one spot and they had a crappy week.
No, they had a pretty good week. They beat the Clippers and they beat Denver.
But
They
Denver,
beat they well Luca destroyed Clippers as he always does because Clippers just for some reason cannot beat him whatsoever. And then he beat Denver. Now the only reason why they should have dropped a little bit is because of Houston. They lost to Houston, but Luca did not play that game.
there's no excuses. Houston.
So I mean, no,
It's
it's
Houston.
no. Dallas is worse than Houston if they don't have Luca. I will put that on record. They are worse than Houston if they do not have Luca.
Are they worse than
They're
Detroit?
they're the worst team. When they're the worst team. Even during that game, did
D.
anybody even get over double digits? No,
No, no,
no,
no, no. That
no.
was the first time
My point.
in almost
My
40
point.
years they said a
My
team
point.
a
That
star.
team is the worst team in the league without Luca.
Are they worse than Charlotte?
They're
They're the
terrible.
worst team
They're
without
terrible.
Luca. That roster's not going to win shit. That roster probably wouldn't even win a college all-star game.
Okay, so let's go to this breaker. So let's ask this. Let me answer this question for me. Are they gonna finish higher than the sixth seed in the West?
Probably not.
No, I had him at 6, but no.
No, probably not. Because they just need supporting. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're still doing decent, but it's just like unless other team, the only chance they have really is if other teams continue to be unhealthy. That's really it. That's the only chance. And if they continue to be unhealthy, yeah, I could see them in the top 6 because they're still. I mean, with Luca, the games will be close. The games will be close as long as they. I mean, like I said, the week before that they destroyed Memphis by 30 points. Then they ended up beating Memphis by like, or at least I think they either beat Memphis by like a couple points, but I mean, Dallas they're the most healthy team. Let me put it like that, because no one really out for Dallas ever. But after
So
tonight, I think they'll drop.
so let me ask you a question. This should Mark Cuban suit up?
At this point, I think the mascot should suit up.
It's a lot of free agents out there. It's a lot. They could use Carmelo.
Sign Carmelo,
I would just
a
say
score.
Carmelo come off the bench. They need Carmelo.
Like defensively, y'all are straight. You have Reggie Bullock, you got Dorian Finney-Smith, Christian Wood's doing decent. I mean, you got that, but and JaVale McGee's doing okay, but
They don't give Christian Wood enough time.
no, I don't want to hear it. Christian Wood's playing trash.
I said they don't give him 25 minutes a game.
He's supposed to be the scoring. He's supposed to be the second highest scoring on the off the bench, and he's not
Oh, let
even
me ask
doing
you a
that.
question.
25 minutes a game.
Quick question: who's the point guard off the bench? Off the bench?
It's usually either
Campazzo.
no.
Is it not
Campazzo
Campazzo?
hasn't even gotten 5 minutes after one game. No, Luca is getting about 39 minutes. Spencer, you could say, is running the ball. Outside of that, it's either Josh Green, and that's really they really don't run any other guard. It's either Spencer or Luca. You only see them on the court together on the first and fourth.
I'm gonna
Second and
tell you
third, you don't
this.
see them together.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is how I look at it like this. One, they should have went after Dennis. I know he's injured right now, but they should have went Dennis before the Lakers got him because that would have been a great fit for.
Was it what wasn't he already there?
No,
Dennis Smith Jr.?
no,
Dennis
he's talking.
Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder.
Oh, Schroeder. Oh.
They should have went after him. If not, they should try to get Kimball. Kimball be good to come off the bench.
They need an all-star.
They need someone to come off the bench that can actually run the floor.
They
When
need an
Lucas-
all-star.
Okay, let's move on to this. We got number 7. We got the Portland Trailblazers. Last week we had them number 6. Now this week we have number 7. What's your take on this, Roach?
They've been playing good up to this point, but yeah, they're gonna drop.
I remember you asked us, do you think they will continue their winning, or do you think it was a fluke? And I'm like, I think it was a fluke because it looks like they only beat the Spurs. Outside of that, they lost to the Jazz and they lost to who else they play? They lost to somebody else.
Dame's injured again, and he's out for 2 more weeks at least.
Oh, not to mention his last game, he went what 2 for 20.
He has a calf.
26.
He has a calf strain. He's out for two plus weeks.
Yeah, so I think they'll drop. That team is just Dame's unhealthy. Josh Hart's not a scorer. So that's my take on it.
Gotcha. Okay, moving on to the top 6. We're moving, and here we go. I ain't got the drum roll. Oh, here we go. Oh, they ain't a drum
How is
roll.
that a drum roll? How is that a drum roll?
Close enough. It's a drum beat. A drum beat. And number 6, we have the Phoenix Suns. Last week we had them at number 7. They moved up one spot to number 6. They should have probably moved up 2. I'm gonna be honest, because the team that's at number 5 feel like should be below them right now. But
Well, they only beat the Warriors.
but they still competing well, and they don't even got some of their
They've
starters.
been without
Competing well and not winning games does not matter.
Who did they lose to this week? Hold on, let me pull this up.
They lost to Miami and they lost to Utah. You shouldn't have lost to Miami.
Yeah,
You
nobody should
shouldn't.
lose to Miami.
You shouldn't have lost to Miami, and they both lost those games by 1 point.
By
They
one
need Chris
point,
Paul. They
but
need Chris
still,
Paul.
to me, I feel like they still better than the top number five team. Just me right now. I feel like they're better.
Like I said, based off performance, they're great. They're no Devin Booker's great. Outside that, they don't have Cam Johnson. They don't have Chris Paul. They don't have Dre Crowd. The team. No, they're not gonna. It's gonna look. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. If they keep this up and they don't win, don't be surprised if they go back to where
They
they
won
were
today.
without Chris Paul. Yeah, I mean that's today. I give them that. But look who they played. You better win today.
Who did they play there?
Today they played the not the Wizards.
They
That
played the
was
Knicks.
The Knicks. Yeah, there you go.
where
You
is the
better
new?
beat the Knicks.
You know, they
Let's
was
let's, let's not forget with Devin Booker leading the group, they were 19 and 50 something. If they don't get Chris Paul back, they're going to drop.
Chris Paul be back soon. He
He
just
better. They need him. They
he
they could have
taking
closed out those both those games have been
He's got
3-0 this week.
he's got a heel problem.
he taking the State Farm break.
Oh jeez.
Alrighty.
He said that's where the real money's at.
He getting checking on his insurance. Should come on American Family Insurance. I can quote him. Okay, number 5, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. No change. They said number 5. I feel like it should have dropped, but I guess mine lowering them on the rankings wasn't strong enough.
I mean, Cleveland's still a problem. You can't do nothing with Darius Garland having an eye contusion. And I
They
mean
beat Boston twice already.
they beat Boston twice and they
We
lost to
talk
the
about
Bucks.
we didn't like Chris said we talking about the weak performance, so we're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah, they lost to the Bucks and beat Charlotte in overtime, which that game shouldn't have been close. So Cleveland's going to have to step it up. I mean, they're right where they at because for one, they lost to the top number 1 favorites of the team. They lost to Bucks, who is considered the favorite of the East. So I mean,
God, they blew out Miami today.
Well,
Okay,
they blitzed Miami.
okay, so Cleveland, I'm sorry, I apologize. You are where you deserve to be at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Hey.
if anybody loses to the Bucks, it's like that's expected. So you can't really force them to go down because now if you lose to a team like Charlotte, if they would have lost that game, oh yeah, you getting dropped. I'm sorry, you shouldn't lose to Charlotte. But if it's teams that we know you shouldn't beat, I mean, you can't hold that against them. If they beat them, it's like okay, they're doing something. They handle business. But they lost to the Bucks. That's expected.
Cool. All right, coming in at number 4, which was no movement, we had the Memphis Grizzlies, which I was very sad to see them lose tonight. I was really pulling for them. I didn't want them to lose to Brooklyn. I know they ain't have like had almost all the starters, but I just didn't want them to lose that game. It's Brooklyn. I know, but I didn't want them to lose to Brooklyn. I just
Didn't have our backcourt, and we didn't have Jaren Jackson Jr., who just came back and gave everybody buckets.
I mean, they really didn't lose by much either. Was it about 12 points?
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a score like Miami had. No,
Nah, I didn't think it was gonna be that bad.
the Lakers. What the world are y'all on right now?
okay.
But yeah, no, I think Memphis they're right where they are, and if I think they actually will drop because John Morant may not come back for a while. Desmond Bain, I don't know when he heals, and if Jaren Jackson Jr. ain't come back, then yeah, we might have to drop in that power ranking this upcoming week.
Okay. Coming in at number 3, which is again no change. We have the Utah Jazz. They've been playing phenomenal basketball. Really great team. I think I, if they be doing, they still playing like this by January, I'd be really shocked. But if they
It's
kick it,
hugely shocked,
huh? Huh.
hugely shocked.
If they playing like this, then they going to the NBA Finals this year. They playing like this in January. Count my word. I guarantee it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't guarantee that shit. I'm just kidding, y'all. I don't guarantee that.
No way.
They will make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs if they keep.
It looks like if they keep it
like
up,
in January.
'cause they beat the Suns and the Trailblazers,
Right.
so that's 2 decent teams. That I mean, I wouldn't expect Utah to win, but I'm thinking it's a fluke. But it looked like they might be the real deal. That Lloyd Markin is something different.
Right. Hey, Roach, you have anything you want to say on this?
Like I said from the get go, they have a bunch of players that just know their roles, and nobody's gonna do anything crazy. Like we know who the scores are. We know who's gonna play defense. And you're being led by a veteran point guard. They're handling business.
Yep, that's how I go. Okay, so at number 2, Hold on. At number two, let me go to. Okay, here we go. Number two, we have the Milwaukee Bucks. Last week we had them at number one. Now they dropped down to number two, being a kind of hard week for them. Um, it is what it is. It happens. Anybody want to chime in on the
You need Jorge to step up.
Do anybody want to chime in on that? Oh, somebody had a comment. Let's go Heat. Really? Yeah. What a
Hey,
loser.
hey, 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 it's okay. Because you're talking about the Heat. They started off the season the same as last year. Where they end up?
Um, at home like
Number
us
one,
in the NBA Finals.
number number one seed. It's okay. Just
Oh, they
wait.
don't believe me, baby. They're not finished. Number, they're gonna get the number one seed this year.
Believe me, baby. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
You know what I mean. They ain't gonna finish
Something
number
ain't
one.
right.
Don't take it. They
Something ain't
ain't
right.
gonna. They ain't
No, no,
gonna.
no, 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 no. Something ain't right.
They ain't go. They believe me. They ain't go. They ain't gonna take the number one spot. They ain't take. They gonna get the number two, number three. They may be somewhere down in number 6 or 7. Dallas
See,
will beat them.
y'all, this is the difference. Miami's a team that can function without their starters. They'll figure it out. Most of these other teams
Hold
are no.
hold on. They hold on. Did you just say they can function without their starter?
Yes, this is nowhere near their first time doing it.
Miss me with that bullshit.
If you go back last year, how
How
many
they
games?
functioning now?
How they function now? Just like last year. Fine.
But you said that's
Tyler
not
Hero was
functional,
playing, just so you know.
huh?
Is that what?
So Tyler Hero was playing a couple of those games.
That's great. He's not playing right now, and they're
But you
just
said they
fine
got how can you function without your starters and not win?
and not win. They'll win.
Miss me with that bullshit.
You think Spoelstra is coaching a team that's not going to win? Hell no.
And he's done it before.
By the way, the Lakers are up 34 third quarter.
I don't want
Yeah.
to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Dallas lost. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Move on
Anthony
to number one.
Davis, wow, and
Don't care. Number one.
28-16.
Down number one.
Why we can't put? Damn, I can't put this comment on the screen because somebody sent me a private message. Okay,
Oh,
so
what?
number two, we have the Milwaukee Bucks. Last week we had them at number one. Unfortunately, Milwaukee Bucks has been having a bit bad week. They lost to the a lot of Hawks, I hate to say, and the Philadelphia 76ers. Giannis, my man, you missed a lot of free throws. Unfortunately, I felt bad for you in that game. If you'd have made your free throws, we would have won that game. I love the fact that y'all still competed against them, so I give you that. The Hawks, I kind of felt that was going to happen. I would tell about the Hawks are kryptonite in the East. To me, I felt like the Hawks are the team that we will have a lot of chance. I see you typing, sir. We have we have a lot of issues with them, but it is what it is. We beat the Cavaliers, which I was happy because I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that was a team. I thought we were gonna lose to the Hawks and the Cavaliers and win against on 76. That's how I thought it was gonna go this week. But it is what it is. Um, yeah, we go. Great, there we go, right there. Perfect. So, how do y'all feel about that number two ranking? We have ranking number two, the power ranking. We had the Milwaukee Bucks last week, number one. This week, we have them at number two.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
right.
I think it's right. I mean, the number one is different. They're different right now. They
were
got what
different
they
last year.
needed, and they getting different, and they
How
getting
we gonna talk about it in a second.
busy.
We're gonna talk about it in a second. Milwaukee, you're just fine. You're playing without your starters.
Did
It's
nothing
expected.
expected.
It's yeah. It is what it is. But for this number one team, bro, they
Let's just
got
go
the
ahead and
biggest.
say it.
They got the easiest, bro. They got the how do you get? Can we move to the number one team? Can we just go ahead?
Number one team. Okay, no, I just want so that y'all done with that.
Yeah,
Celtics are where they are.
because
They're still one of the top teams in the league.
because Boston Celtics.
Okay, we'll get to them. So, in number one, that's my. We have the Boston Celtics. Last week we had them at number two. This week we have them at number one.
People
I-
don't understand. I'm sorry. People don't understand when they got that Malcolm Brogdon for nothing. You can hang it up. You can hang it up at that point. You can hang it up. It's not even fair. Malcolm Brogdon.
Boston is destroying every team that they possibly can. They're coming up for revenge.
Like you could switch 1 through 5. Is that Roach got Eddie brother? Wow. Wow. Wait. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, no. They're very tough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is it for the night.
I'm sorry. Oh God. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Yeah, Boston's where they at. Boston been killing it. Oh, they like on 11 game winning streak. It's 11 game right now.
I don't think they're that high, but I think they kill it. I don't know what they are right
I
now.
think it's 10 or 11. It's
They
one of
off the dog food right now.
the, yeah. It is what it is. I was like they doing what they doing.
I might put my money on them to win the whole thing. You keep this up.
Golden State go get them again.
Yeah, psych.
No,
Not this year. Not this year.
I'm just
They got that point guard that said, all right, we ain't got to have Jason Tatum coming down the ball and turn it over. We ain't got to have Jalen Brown come down the ball and turn it over.
yeah,
Can't do that to Malcolm Brogdon. And that boy, Sam Hauser, oh, yeah, leave him open. Leave him open. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you.
I think this is a little off. I didn't edit because when I was going through an edit, but this is what I had. Our biggest games were Sacramento Kings, New Orleans Pelicans, and the Golden State Warriors. At that time, I thought it was. Then biggest losses, biggest drops, which was Denver Nuggets, San Antonio, and Detroit Pistons. I think those three correct. I don't think the biggest games are correct. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, it was an interesting week. We're gonna see what the next week come. I'm praying that we get Middleton back this upcoming couple weeks soon. I
Fucking
know,
nuts.
I know they slowed down on bringing him back since Milwaukee was playing at the level they playing, but we do need him back sooner than later. Just want to see how they work together. Hopefully Drew is back. He most likely he gonna start tomorrow. I know he didn't start against on Friday, but he had 2 days off. Which I'm be honest with you, out of all the teams in the NBA, no lie, Milwaukee had the best schedule because they had a back to back game yet. They the only team that has have played back to back. They don't play back to back until the second week in December,
Yeah, which is crazy.
and then they get a lot. They get quite a few days off. They get like they play Friday. They got Saturday and Sunday off. They play
Mhm.
tomorrow. Then they play I think Wednesday. Then they don't play until Saturday. So I think they get Thanksgiving the day off
How do they get that?
because it's the Greek freak. And he get what they want. Honestly, I really do. I think they trying to cater to him because they trying to make him the face of the NBA now. I really do because I know
Who,
LeBron. Huh?
you talking about Giannis?
Yeah, I think because I think LeBron's at the end of his he is at the end of his career. So they trying to find a new face in the NBA. And so they go, I think that for the next probably next 5-6 years, they're gonna make Giannis until they find somebody else to groom to take that spot. Like they always do. They always do that. Because I think LeBron been the face of the NBA since
For almost 2 decades.
yeah. I think I'm gonna be honest. I think he was the face of the NBA up to probably 16 and 17. Then I think they turned around and tried to turn it towards Curry to make him the face.
They tried. And then LeBron came back and was like, I'm here and I'm him. Drop mic.
He ain't been him since he been in Laker uniform. Did
Oh,
y'all know that Lakers?
he
Do
won a
y'all know
championship.
the Lakers have not had a consistent good season since Kobe almost his prime back in early like 2009, 2008.
You said what?
They
Like top
haven't
five.
had it.
Like
They
a
they
really
haven't
good
been
team.
like a real good team in almost 15 years. Like
The
I
Lakers?
mean, Yeah, the Lakers haven't been good like in a while.
I
It's
mean,
been a
Yeah.
while.
they won the championship.
No, he's saying record wise. Record
I ain't,
wise,
I
they
ain't, I
haven't
ain't
looked
counting. I
great.
ain't counting. I ain't counting the bubble. I mean, they won. He won a ring, but they
Don't
still.
say that because if anybody else would have won, we all be sitting here like,
No, no. What I'm saying, I'm not. I'm not knocking the ring. I'm just saying that. Yeah, they still. If
I
the
mean, that year their record wasn't good either.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
So I'm
were
looking at it and say, and I don't think honestly, I don't think it was a good team that year either. I
nah,
still
they were
don't.
decent. They were decent.
No, I don't.
You had Twin
I mean,
Towers. You
huh?
had Twin Towers and a whole bunch of shooters. Kyle Kuzma is in Washington, giving them buckets, averaging 25.
But the reason why I said I'm
Dwight
saying
Howard is averaging a triple double in Taiwan.
listen.
DeAndre Jordan had
You,
16
you, you,
rebounds tonight.
Why one is
KCP
crazy.
had
listen.
just saying. Just
You
saying.
literally just said they didn't have a good record that year. So to me, they
I know
won.
you said they weren't a good team. I said nah, they were solid, man. They were
No,
solid, man.
they weren't.
They
They
beat
weren't a
they
good.
beat Denver Nuggets when Jamal Murray was dropping 50 balls. Right?
You talking about doing the bubble?
Yeah, yeah. Not to
Think,
mention
oh,
there was.
hold on. Thanks to Dwight Howard on that because if it wasn't for Dwight Howard, then no.
I said that. I said they had a good squad.
Yeah, but I still don't. I still don't think it was a good team at the time. That's just me.
Man,
I don't. I
it
think.
was that team was better than what they've had in the past 5 years. Let me just say that 5, maybe 10, maybe 10. Because even when Kobe was there, they didn't have nobody.
I'm gonna say decent. I still don't. I don't think they
What
was
was a better team within that 10 years?
They ain't had a good team. I can't think of no good team like it's been. Look, you know
Decent
what?
team and they won.
If I hear ever hear that LeBron is an all time Laker, I'm gonna call bullshit because LeBron is right now with the Lakers under 500. His career with the Lakers under 500. His career with the Lakers, he's under 500. So I want to hear nobody talking about he an all time Laker. He one of the greatest. You know, he would never be. He would never be. If they put the starting best on the top five, he's not a top five Laker. Not even a top 10. They under 500 under his since he been there. So I don't want to hear nobody talking about he one of the best Lakers of all time. No, he one of the greatest player all the time. Give him that hands down. Not taking that from him, but he's not one of the greatest Lakers of all time.
Nah, I think he could have had a potential, but they just ruined it. They ruined it.
No, I don't think he even would have got that because you, as a be a great Laker all time, you got to have.
He could. No,
Hey,
I'm not
he
like
would have-
he was never going to be better than Jordan, Magic, Kareem, all them. But he could have been in the talks of okay, he was a good Lakers, but he just didn't because he just it's a flop. It's one of the worst seasons we ever seen.
Daniel, let me ask you a question. I'm not joking with you. Chris, you such a fool. Daniel, do you feel like LeBron is one of the greatest Miami Heat of all time? Be honest. I'm asking you being serious. Because you're a Miami Heat fan. Would you consider him one of the greatest Miami Heat players of all time?
Probably, yeah.
Would you put him in the top 5 greatest?
Yeah.
Nobody was guarding that nigga.
Would you
LeBron was in his prime.
That was his prime.
Would you put Shaq in that group?
Nah.
Wow. Okay. I know you're gonna put Wade. I mean, hands down, you have to put Wade.
That's number one.
Udonis has him top 5. I don't care what nobody says.
Okay. Who would you put in the top 5? What's his name?
Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. I'm trying to think. What's the guy name? I about to say his name.
Bosh.
Hell no.
Tim Hardaway.
Alonzo
Yeah.
Mourning.
Tim Hardaway.
No. What? Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah. Would you put him in there?
I don't know. I could put Wade in there. I could put LeBron in there. I could put Udonis in there.
I just wanted.
They didn't have some players. I ain't gonna lie. They didn't have some players.
They have. That's why I was asking you because I felt like
Nah, LeBron knows his prime. You couldn't guard. Nah, he's definitely there.
Okay, cool. That's all I want to know. Hey guys, well, we just wrapped up the of course, our power rankings for this week. We'll be back the same time. I mean, I don't know about the same time, but the same night. And I promoted better next week. I didn't get it promoted because I was doing so much. I did an interview earlier today. And actually, I'm supposed to be I better be doing an interview with 2 of the kids from Green Forest that played in the tournament yesterday.
Oh, snap.
I asked one of the kids, I asked one of the dudes I did a write up on. I said, "Hey, y'all want to be on my show? Let me know." He said, "Oh, bet. Let me know whenever. Let us know, cause I want to get them on together." So hopefully, those boys was killing it in the game yesterday. So you said you gonna ask me a question, Daniel. Did you want to ask me on air or off air?
I had a question.
You say I'm gonna ask you later. You about to ask me before the show start. What's something about the games yesterday?
Oh yeah, no. How was it? How was your experience?
It was good. It was pretty good. I gotta say it was a couple. It was all the games were good. I left before the Norcross. I left at halftime in Norcross game because I knew it was gonna be a blowout. I mean, they it's Marist versus Norcross. I heard the two best players on Marist was, even though one was injured and one playing football, so they weren't even playing. But I knew that was gonna be a blowout. I would say the best game of the day had to
Grayson,
be
probably that Grayson game.
Grayson went against Pebblebrook. Between Grayson and Pebblebrook and Green Forest and Parkview, those definitely was a good game.
You
I
say
think I think the Green Forest and Parkview game was, to me, probably a little bit better because the fact that it came down to the very end and stuff like that. But I like both. I think both games was high energy. Everybody playing defense. So I mean, overall, it was a good experience and stuff like that. And I'm trying to work out a deal with on the radar, which I talked with y'all off. Well, Chris already know I'm gonna talk with y'all off the air, but it was a great experience. It was fun. It's good to be looked at as media now and stuff like that. And I
yeah,
seen your boy. I seen your boy at the game.
of course,
Yeah, I seen him at the game.
of
I was
course.
gonna go. I was gonna go speak with him, but he was sitting with somebody I didn't want to have to speak to, so I didn't go over there.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't want
Who's
to.
your boy?
Huh?
Who's your boy?
Ambrosio.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ambrosia. Oh yeah.
I seen him at the game. I just seen who he was sitting with. I was like, nah, if I go over there. um, So I was waiting until he walked away. But when he walked away to talk to somebody else, I was talking to a whole bunch of people, so I couldn't get away. But yeah, I did see him. It was a good game. I mean, Pepperbrook, that kid I posted about, oh, he had damn 30 points. I didn't even know that. He had 30. That boy was doing everything on the court. And boy, when I say talking shit, woo,
From Pebblebrook.
yes, he's talking shit.
Hey, I just know CJ had 27.
Yeah,
They say he had 17 in the fourth.
yeah, he was going off. But that
he's
boy,
he's very tough.
those Pepperbrook boys was. I
Nah, he's
think,
talking cash.
oh yeah, boy. When after the game, but those niggas shit, those niggas trash. They were going that. That's how bad they were talking shit. They were going. They would run out the court. They run out the court like, yeah, we whooped their ass and stuff like that.
He
Like,
won by 3.
yeah, but I like the boy. I like that energy. I like that energy though, cause it got me
Yeah,
excited and stuff like that. So that kid, but when I took the picture, had 30 points, at least 7 rebounds. He did everything. He played every position. He blocked a few shots. Yeah, he was all over the court. And he's the main player on the team that get them motivated and just start hyped up and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a good showing.
that's good. That's good.
All right, before we go, I'm gonna let my man everybody introduce himself, tell everything you tell everybody if you got anything going on this week. I'll start with you, Mr. Roach.
No, nothing. I mean, I get to go see my girlfriend tomorrow morning. So besides that, I'll be up there for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then I'll be back home.
Yeah. All right, and KDH.
Uh, yeah. Not much. Right now I'm in Indiana. I'll be in Ohio next week. Um, and then hopefully back in the ATL on December 4th.
Just let everybody know he's actually the manager for Monica. He's on tour with Monica right now, so that's why he traveled. All right.
Which Monica we talking about?
The singer, she's on tour right now. I was just being fun. She's on tour. She's up in that area, so that's where I was
Oh,
the manager right now.
I mean, I can do a little something.
He was on tour with Monica.
Hey, I heard you can sing. I heard you can sing.
Hey, you know,
Okay.
how to
You want me to give you a beat?
well,
Well,
I give you a
since
Zaytoven.
my baby none live.
Hold on, I go give you a Zaytoven beat.
Go ahead, give me a Zaytoven beat.
I go.
And I'll spit the balls.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you a beat. Here you go. Hold on.
Don't do it. don't know nothing about this. Look at Roach.
How can you spin a beat to this?
It's so easy. I'm clever like that. I'm something like Joe Biden. You know I fall off bikes. You know I come with hype. I'm just kidding. I'm popping like I'm Jason Kidd, and we gonna lose some games. Hell, they lost to Dallas. I don't give a fuck. It was about 100 pounds. Oh yeah, this is all. It's that smooth jazz. Your turn, now. We're gonna speak to you live tonight. Go ahead. You got it.
From the lounge, the DT Unfiltered Lounge. Next on the mic is Roach.
You making love?
Due to the night of love. Let me tell you something, baby. This is something you ain't never
Smooth DT.
You are now
WJDT.
watching DT.
Let me have the mic. Let me have
Unfiltered
Here we go. Here we go.
Uncensored.
It's DT.
Why that sound like you whispering?
You. I've been watching you. I've been watching you. I've been watching you.
You're lucky I can't run because I get up and walk off.
In the dark.
Yeah. Talk your cash. Talk your cash.
I've been watching you.
How many times you go?
How many times gonna watch you?
How many times you gonna watch me, D? What you watching?
I've been watching you. I hear your footsteps in the dark. I hear your footsteps in the dark.
What did you say? Besides
I
the
don't
watching
know. I heard watching you. That's it.
Footsteps in the dark. Huh? I was saying I hear your footsteps in the dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, that song is called "Watching You" by DT.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. You can't even hit the button.
I ain't then with your bad self. Yeah.
Yeah. New dance move. We call it Jigga Jab. Hey, with the wibble wap. Yeah, he get cool like that.
Oh man.
Oh man. Go man. DT Unfiltered, Uncensored. Do your thing, man.
All right, y'all. I know
you stupid, bro.
That's nothing. No, we have a good time. Hey, Katie, did you want to tell everybody? Oh, you already said you will be back. Okay, whatever. Hey, this your boy DT. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. That's DT_Unfiltered Uncensored. Also, you can follow all my other social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, DT_Unfiltered Uncensored. I'm also on Twitter. That's UNFILCEN 24/7. I think something. No, Unfiltered Uncensored. I don't remember. UNFILUNCEN 24/7. I always forget my Twitter. And I got Twitch, which is all together DT Unfiltered Uncensored. I appreciate y'all being part of the show again, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
We're gonna be back. Hopefully. Dan, you're not gonna be able to do Saturday, right? You gonna be with your girl.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll be here. I'll be back that following week.
All right. KDH, you gonna be able to do Saturday?
I got nothing else to do.
Okay, cool. We're gonna have some topics because we missed last week. But
Sunday. I gotta figure out what time I'm flying in Georgia Sunday.
okay.
It shouldn't be late, but they usually keep it more early than later. So Saturday I got. Sunday we'll see.
Okay, cool.
Your camera about to die.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and do my outro. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for supporting me. This is your boy DT on DT's Unfiltered Uncensored.
It's DT. You have just now listened to the most talked about podcast in the country. DT Unfiltered Uncensored. Thank you for tuning in and see you next time. Damn. DT.